YouTube's happening. It's Friday, July 18th, and we're going to talk about baseball because they had a 2 day break and they're finally back because yesterday there was no real sports outside of tennis and golf, and I don't really bet on those, so I didn't have anything to bet on, so I didn't know what to do with my hands yesterday. But today we're back. We're back to normal. 15 games on the slate. Everybody's playing like usual. Good stuff overall. Uh, Good stuff. We're back. Go. Today we're gonna break stuff. We're gonna break the games down. Use the spreadsheets. We're gonna look at props. Look and see if we can find some value, like we always do here. But first, hey, you know what? We gotta recap it. Can we bet on it? We took bets on the All-Star game. We did it. I know. Over 7. Everybody that mama was on the under. I took the over, mainly because I wanted something to root for. I took the AL, but then I remembered after I made the bet, I was like, damn, who's the manager? That's right, it's the Yankees manager. He's gonna find a way to lose, isn't he? And look what happened. Find a way to lost. But then, I mean, it was wild. It was a great game. Who cares? So, and then Ski and Scooble and the Acuna over a little the PP2 leg. So that was good. That was a nice little hit. So overall, if you want the plays typed out for every single sport I do, or access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research for every sport, go check out the HQ. Simple as that. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So enough of that. We have our 15 games. I'm ready to get into it. Let's jump into the first one right now. All right, before we jump into it fully, let's do the weather too, just to make sure everything's on par, make sure anything's crazy going on. Cubs, nothing going on, no wind, no rain. Pittsburgh, nothing there. Washington, maybe some rain. Philadelphia looks pretty good. Toronto's a dome. New York is nothing. Cleveland's nothing. You can kind of see, I'll scroll through these, but there's nothing really standing out so far. No, pretty chill. Pretty chill day on weather, so I'm not even going to consider it out really at all. So good stuff. Let's pop over to the game lines. First game is going to be Boston and Chicago. This is a 2:20 Eastern start. So we're going to break this one down and then go through the order. So let me pull up the order over here so I can see it. There we go. So first one, you can see it is Boston. Nope, it is Chicago, 134 with an 8.5 total. Remember, I don't know if you forgot. I mean, I know it seemed like forever since we last talked about real baseball, not just like home runs and all-stars and whatnot. But Boston's on a 10-game winning streak. Boston's 10-0 in their last 10. Boston has the nastiest offense. Now with the way we do things around here, you might want to be a little cautious because 4 days off messes with everything in baseball because they're used to back 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 with no breaks. So that's how that we get those nice consistencies of bad and good, and that's how we do it. Team this hot, I will be surprised if they stay this hot because they've been off for so many days now. But we'll see. Maybe they just do. Who knows? So basically all the rankings are going to change wildly in the next couple days probably, so especially with this 10-game rolling average we had. So Boston was by far the hottest team coming into the break, and we can see how they've been doing. If they pick up where they left off, which they easily could, they should be fine. Chicago average on the bats, but then the runs, they're top 8, which is what you want to see. Let's go look at some pitchers, shall we? This is Outlier. Link in the pinned comment. Click it, sign up, get you a whole week for free. Why not, right? It's there for you. So load them up. And that's the bats. What am I doing? I want the pitchers. Thank you very much. We do bats when the pitchers are bad. So let's look. Pitchers, we got Giolito going against Colin Ray. Well, we need to look about these dudes. First thing we want to notice is we go back over here and look. Boston is number 1 in strikeouts at 6.6 a game in the last 10. Nasty. Even though they are 10.0 on the road. This is why we don't use season stats fully. I put both stats so you can kind of see a difference, get a clearer picture of what we're looking at here. So pop back over here. Yep, Giolito, Ray. Neither one. I'm going to look at strikeouts, so they're both too good at that. So we want to look at earned runs for both pitchers and kind of get an idea of what these two fine gentlemen have been up to this season. Last 5 games, Colin Ray did get a little roughed up by Seattle, but other than that, the other 4, pretty good overall. And then Giolito has been just nasty. Just been straight nasty. Last 5 games, he's given a grand total of 3 earned runs total. Matchups, Colin Ray, history versus Boston. There is your history. Anybody tee off? No. Righties for Boston. There you go. Chicago versus righties and Giolito versus Chicago. And we can see that Nico has a home run and 2 at-bats, but that's it. Nothing else really. Very bland, very boring so far. So we have a nasty pitcher for Boston. The bats are hot. Boston's plus 120. I assume people are thinking, oh, it's at Chicago, they're going to win. What? I mean, he was rough for a bit, but you see the last 5, how we do things. It's... last 10 he's at 3.2 though. So how far in and out do you want to zoom is the question. Last 5 he looks better, but I would still say Giolito's way better because he only has 2 days. Or if he either gives up 6 or 7 runs or nothing. That's how he is. So I'm going to say Boston has statistically the better pitcher. And I'm going to easily say they have the better bats. And then I can go ahead and pop over here and I can see me a plus 1.5 for, 182 is kind of high. You know what? Let's go for one of these fun things. We're going to start off fun. I'm watching this game. I'm going to watch this game. It's 2 o'clock today. Yeah, absolutely. We want let's go for like a first 5 or maybe like a half money line, something first 5. We want to really trust the pitch, fade some stuff here. So first 5 innings money line, Boston. As long as they're not losing, that's all I care about. If I can get Boston plus 115, how about the run line? How about a plus half? There we go. That's even better. I like that a lot more. As long as Boston isn't losing, we're good. We win. So they can be tied, we win, and they can be winning, and we win. As long as the top of the 6th inning, they're not down at all, we're good. So I'm going to take this Boston plus half, first 5. Make sense? Cool. That's what I'm going to do. That'll be my play. Let's move on to the next one. All right, let's move on. Game 2 is going to be White Sox in Pittsburgh. Battle of absolute garbage v. garbage for the battle for the garbage bowl. I don't know what you want to call this. This is just not a good matchup overall. You'll see why in a second. It is Pittsburgh 116. If you want to take that, by all means, have fun because, yeah, no. 8.5 is our total. Pittsburgh doesn't know what the word offense is because their offense is offensive. That's just all it is because they can't do any 2.1. It's not the worst we've seen all season from most teams, but still, it's still not good. Chicago might be the play here. Their bats are better, but we got to see who the actual pitchers are. So let's go over here. Let's get rid of you two. Change this over to the right game, which is White Sox and Pirates. We got Barry Balter going up against Jonathan Cannon. Now, if there's one thing you didn't notice, White Sox are not striking out much. They just aren't. Pittsburgh, 25th, striking out a ton. So let's go ahead. Jonathan Cannon. You would think with a name like Cannon, he'd be just striking out everybody, but no. He gets a few. 3.8 average in the last 5 on a 3.5 line. No, sorry, I can't do it. Yeah, you might strike out a bunch of Pirates today, but I'm not paying to see it. Not a chance in hell. And then we got Falter. Let's look at the earned runs for both these two fun gentlemen. And let's go up here and go earned runs. 2.5 for Falter. He's 3.3133. Not bad. Nice little average on the 2.6, 2.5 line. We look at Jonathan. We go earned runs. We see he's at a 3. They're both about the same. So we got 2 bad teams overall, 2 way below offenses, one even worse than the other one. 2 pitchers that aren't that great. Let's look at the matchups. Anything popping over here? Nothing. Falter versus White Sox. Nothing, not much. White Sox versus lefties. Pittsburgh versus righties. And Cannon versus Pittsburgh. Anybody see off? No. No, this game is where it belongs. It belongs on the side of the road, picked up for waste. That's what it is. Pass. Next. All right, moving on to game 3 is going to be San Diego and Washington. Currently down here, it is San Diego 145 on the road. 8.5 is our total spreadsheet. Look at the numbers, and we can see both offenses bottom 10. Not good. Yeah, they're both getting hits. I broke it. They're both getting hits, and they're doing well with their averages, but they're just not. They're stranding everybody. They left everybody on base. 4-game losing streak for Washington is notable as well. Let's go look at the pitches in this one. Change it over to this and see what we got cooking. We got Dylan Cease versus Michael Soroka. Both teams top 10 and not striking out, so we don't want to take a strikeout prop. We don't want to take offensive props against the pitcher, so we're not going to fade the pitchers basically. So let's look at both of them from an earned run standpoint and see if this is something we actually even want to mess with. Damn, Dylan Cease, what the hell is wrong with you? 4 earned runs in the last 5 games, an average of 4. That is 2 6s, a 4, a 3, and a 1. Bro, that ain't good. I thought you were good. Soroka, it's 3-3, 7-1-2. So you have a 3-2, you have a 4. So we have a 7.2 combined from our starters on the earned runs allowed in the last 5 games. And then our teams came and scored 7 runs. They're at 7.1. What are we doing here? No, we got bad pitching and bad offense. Ugh. We don't know what's going to happen here. Michael versus San Diego. There is your data. There's not much data here to look at. Righties for San Diego, Washington versus righties, and Dylan Cease versus Washington. And again, maybe low, however you say it. 11 at bats, 455, 2 homers, 5 ribbies, and a 1.6. That's the one thing we could play. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it real quick, see if we can do it. So we go national, no, not Nationals. Yeah, that's right, Nationals. Got it. Low. Get low. Where the hell is low? My God, how far down are we going to get low? There he is, way down yonder. Okay, that ain't good. Oh, just hits in the last 10. He's 5 for 10. HRR, he's 1.7 average. No, I can't do it. Sad, I know. But other than that, this game is absolute garbage. You can have fun with it if you want. I'm going to move on to another one next. All right, next game on the list is going to be Angels and Philadelphia. Let's go on, move on. Where they at? Right here, aren't they? Yep. 196 Philly on the money line with an 8.5 total. Let's go over the spreadsheet. We see our numbers, and yeah, both on one game streak, going different directions. Both tied for 6th in batting average before the break. Good stuff. Both got the hits going. Both have, well, nope, not RBIs. So you can see how the runs are kind of slacking, but still, that's 9 runs on average combined between them. Our total's 8.5. If we have average or even below average pitching, we might be taking it over here. So let's go look at the pitchers, shall we? And we got Angels and Phillies. This is going to be Luzardo versus who? Who? Well, it's going to be hard to answer because the answer is we don't know. It is undecided. Why do we have undecided pitchers when we have a game today in multiple games? What the hell is this? You guys had 4 days to figure out who's pitching. You couldn't figure it out? Man, hate it for you. So Luzardo is going out there for Philadelphia. You can see his numbers. Angels are 18th in strikeouts for once, which is weird. Normally they're almost at 10, so we could still get strikeouts. I don't care. Angels, they strike out. So we don't have to worry about that. 6.5 is his line. He's averaging 5.8 on a 6. Oh, hell no. No. That's disgusting. Luzardo versus Angels. Historically, there you go. There's nothing really there. Against lefties, there you go. And then there's nothing for Philly. So, yeah, I can't take this one until I know who the other pitcher is. And I just don't know it. If you know it, hey, drop it in the comments because by the time you see this, they might announce it. But as of super early in the morning, they ain't up yet. So we're going to pass on this one next. All right, moving on from Philadelphia, we go to San Francisco and Toronto, complete opposite corners of the continent. And we have Toronto's 135 with an 8.5 total. We come over to the spreadsheet, look at our numbers, and San Fran, not as good as Toronto. Clearly, Toronto is at home, and they have the offensive advantage in every main category that you want to be in by a good bit, too. So we'll give Toronto a slight lean there. So let's go look at the pitching and see if we can do something about that. So let's change this over to Toronto. Let's see, Blue Jays right there. I'm blind. Verlander going against Bassett. Oh my God, what is this? Verlander strikeouts, yeah. Toronto's 3rd in strikeouts, not a chance. Now Bassett's going out there against San Fran, who can't stop striking out recently or the whole season. So Bassett potentially, but I swear when I took Bassett strikeouts last time, dude got rocked for like 100 runs. What was it? He had 1 strikeout, and no, he only had 1. What? How many innings you pitch? 6 innings with 1 strikeout. How? What? For shame on you, good sir. 4 hits. You had a great game. You just couldn't strike anybody out. That is crazy. Anywho, the line is currently sitting at 5.5. He is a 5 average in the last 5 games. I don't like that. Last 10, he is a 4.8 average, which is even worse. I don't like that. Yeah, San Fran strikes out a bunch, but I'm not going to pay to find out, especially at a 115 plus. I could alt this down to 4.5. No, 4.5 is. I could go prospects. I have money in there finally, so could do that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Let's look at Mr. Verlander as well. We'll do some earned runs while we're here. Earned runs for Bassett. You can see last 10, 3.1, last 5, 3.2. Not the best at all. And we go Verlander, earned runs, last 5. You can see he's at 3. So both pitchers give up some runs. Both bats have been fairly decent to the point we're at 8.7. Our line's 8.5. We could easily take it over here. It'd actually be cool to Bassett historically. Damn, Devers. 17 at bats, 471, 3 homers, 5 ribbies, a 1.5. We might just go take some Devers. But then again, we could take Yastrzemski down here at 3. It's only 3 for 10. That's not that impressive, especially a 7.64 OPS. Not good. That ain't good at all. I do like Devers numbers. That's some good stuff. We go Giants versus righties. There you go. Toronto versus righties, and then Verlander versus Toronto. And Springer has a home run in 3 at-bats. Springer's been hot as well, so we could potentially, let's go look at just Devers now, see if that's a play we can take. So we want to change this, not this one, we want to change this one to Toronto, and we want to see if Mr. Devers pops up, and only Patrick Bailey pops up. That ain't good. And I don't even see how far down we got to go, Mr. Devers. Oh my goodness, so far down. Oh, that is far. That's way too far down the list. That is too far down. Not a chance. Last 10 hits are, let's go HR. He's averaging a 1.4. No, look at this cold streak before the break. Now he could have just mentally took the week off. He's like, I'm good. So, but still, I'm not messing with that. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the over. And I'll tell you right now, I don't love it, but I like it enough to take it. Does that make sense? So we're going to trust the offensive numbers here. I don't trust the pitchers. They both have at least given up an average of 3 runs each. So if they can do their averages, that's already 6 runs. We just need the bullpens to give at least 2 or 3 more. I'm sure they can do that. So give me the over 8.5 next. All right, let's move on to New York versus Cincinnati. Currently, we have the Mets 150th favorites. 8 is our total. We come over here, look at the spreadsheet, we see our numbers, and they lean the Mets. Clearly, Cincinnati was struggling before the break. They won 2 games, but it wasn't because they did much with the offense. They only were 24th at 3.7 run average. Mets, 8, they're top 10. Hit 17 RBIs, so they did pretty good. They were getting on base with walks. Good stuff overall. Let's go look at the pitchers. Who is going to be it today? Reds and Mets. Boom, boom. There we go. And we got Shamanea going up. What? And Lodolo's pitching, so let's go ahead and just grab him too. So, yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute, hold up, this dude hasn't pitched this season. That's what I was like, I haven't heard that name in a minute. So he's going out there today, huh? All right, welcome to the 2025 season. About damn time. So before he went out, you can see he pitched in October. It was the last time he pitched. So 5, the Dodgers kind of roughed him up a little bit for a couple games. Philly did, and Milwaukee did as well. So you can see he did good against Philly, but outside of that, and he's going against Cincy today. So, but then again, it is his first game of the season, and it is July 18th. It has been 9 months since he pitched a major league game, so I don't know how we're going to treat that one. Let's look at some stuff. Manea versus Cincy historically. Anybody tee off on him? LA has a 400. He's 2 for 5 with a home run. That's all it is. Then we got a home run here and a home run here. Not much data though. Lefties versus Cincy. There you go. New York versus lefties, and Lodolo versus Mets. And again, another home run. A couple solo shots here and there. So nothing's really standing out. We look at Lodolo. Both teams are bottom 10 in strikeouts, so we could potentially take a look. They're both averaging around 8.7, 8.8. So Lodolo strikeouts. How you doing, buddy? Strikeouts. You're at a 5.5 on a 5.4. That doesn't work for me. Sean, what's your strikeouts potentially? 4 on a 5.5. What? They expect you to come out in the first game, roll out of bed, and just drop a 6-7 burger on strikeouts? I don't think so. I don't believe that at all. But I don't trust it at all either. So I have to give Lodolo the benefit of the doubt for being the better pitcher statistically, because we don't know what Manea's going to do. He might be good. He might suck. It's his first game of the season. So we got to get him at least 1 or 2 games to see how he does. So I lean New York's bats. I lean Cincy's pitching. That cancels it out. I can't do anything about it. That's the pass. Next. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got the A's. I almost said Oakland. And then I almost said Sacramento, but we're going to call them the Athletics. Versus Cleveland. Currently, let's see, we got Cleveland 130 with an 8.5 total. Pop over to the spreadsheet, see the numbers. Look at the A's offense before the break. They were doing good. Cleveland, remember, they were so bad 2 weeks ago. Then the last week of the season, the first half of the season, they still can't hit the ball, but they were getting on base and making the most out of it. They weren't getting many hits, but when they did, it worked. Batting 201 as a team, finally above 200 again. Good job, guys. A's are clearly better overall with the bats. Now, they did take advantage of being in their minor league park, but I mean, come on. You still got to hit the ball and do things with it. So let's go look over here at the actual pitchers. Who's going out there today? Let's be honest. Let's take a look at it. Right there. And we load them up. JP Sears versus Slade Ciccone. A's are 30th in strikeouts. I mean, yeah, they're hitting the ball well, but it's because they're swinging it damn near everything and missing a lot. So Ciccone strikeouts is absolutely going to be on the menu. See how many they got him at. Let's open up, just grab him real quick. Open it, switch over to strikeouts, and we go. Yeah, he had 9 against Cleveland last time out. He has a 5.6 on a 5.5 line. This is one of those ones I would risk it for, because you can see St. Louis doesn't strike out much. We know this. Now, people are going to point this. Well, look what he did on 6/22. He didn't strike anybody. Yeah, that was at Sacramento. Now we're in Cleveland, completely different situation. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's had multiple games where he's had 8+. I like that. That's what I want to see. The potential is absolutely there. Head to head, he's done it before recently. It was last season, but he still did it. This game, hey, it was a 3-0 game, whatever. But I think I'm going to risk it today because, and at the time, the Athletics haven't been 30th all season, really. They've been, if I go back to the spreadsheet and show you real quick, you see they hover in the mid-8s. This isn't the 2024 Athletics. This is 2025 team. 2024 would be averaging 10 all season. This is what they did. Them and them and Seattle and Boston all hovered around the bottom 3. Now they just dipped down here recently. This is the first time they've really been down here all season. So we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to take Ciccone for sure, but let's take a look just to make sure he doesn't get like rocked by the A's or anything. So here is Ciccone versus A's history. Anybody get nothing there. Good. A's versus righties. There you go. Cleveland versus lefties, and Sears versus Cleveland. Anybody? I mean, 5 for 12 is pretty good for Quan, but still, it's a bunch of singles. Can't do nothing with that. Other than that, I don't see anything there. So yeah, we're going to take Ciccone strikeouts. We have decided. It is decided. This is done. We're taking him over 5.5 strikeouts. Next. All right, slide on to the next one. That's going to be KC in Miami. Okay. Fun. Currently, we got KC 120 on the road as a favorite. 8 is our total. Let's go look at the spreadsheet. Bam. Yeah, I see green, but then I see red, and I'm like, then I see both are top 4 and not striking out, so no strikeout props. That's about the same. This is about the same. That's pretty close. That leans Miami. They're both on streaks. I mean, so they're winning. They're both won the last games. I don't see this. I don't really give an advantage to the bats at all. They're about the same. So let's go over here and look at the pitchers. Who's going out there for these fine teams? And we got Royals and Marlins, and we got, oh God, it's Sandy Day. I've got Royals. I mean, come on, what am I supposed to do? Let me go look at earned runs real quick for Sandy. And who's KC even throwing out there? Oh, it's one of these teams. It's one of the 3 undecideds. Look, we don't know. It's somebody versus Sandy. This, you can throw nobody. They're probably gonna be better than Sandy because Sandy's been awful, except for like 3 games. So let's go look at Sandy real quick. And yeah, see, this is his earned runs, his last 5 games. And when I said for like 3 games, I meant literally 3 games he was good. This is his last 10 games. This is his whole damn season. Look at his average. He's averaging 4.06. He is a bottom 3 starter in the entire majors currently of the whole season. Just saying, he is. He shouldn't even be starting. He needs to go be sent to the minors and figure out what the hell's going on. That's what he needs to do. But they're not going to do it. I don't know why. But hey, that's just me. So, matchup, Sandy, KC, and look who, and Frazier tees off on him. 17 at bats, 471, 2 homers, 5 ribeyes with a 1.3. Disgusting. Nobody else has really got to him yet, but I'm sure they're going to, Mr. Witt's going to introduce himself today, probably. So we're just going to do what we've done a lot. If you've taken the over 2.5, you have hit this line in every game but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. Yeah, you've hit this every time. Most of the time it's been minus, but guess what? You made a lot of profit so far. And guess what we're going to do? The same damn thing. We don't care who pitches for KC. We want Mr. Alcantara. I'm just going to put Sandy. Sandy. Sorry, Sandy. Sandy's one of my favorite players. He really was until he got hurt and just has not figured it out since. So over 2.5 earned runs. Literally send his ass down to the minors, figure it out, go dominate for a whole season if you have to, and then come back because something happened in the injury / recovery / something process, because this is not the dude that we thought was like MVP caliber for that one season. So yeah, Sandy over 2.5 earned runs. We got to take it. Next. Anywho, moving on from my Sandy rant over to Yankees and Braves. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Oh, good heavens. Oh, no. Oh, no. 2 teams that love to steal my money on money line parlays. All right, we have a pick 'em basically with an 8.5 total, of course. Ooh, look at all the Yankee logos. Their bats are doing quite well, but they're on the road now, so we'll see how that works. Atlanta is struggling. You can see that. You know, cool, whatever. Let's go look over at the props. Get rid of Sandy. Goodbye, good sir. Change this over to Atlanta and New York like so. And then we got Strider versus, well, nope, this is the 3rd game where we don't know who is pitching. New York is sending out a mystery man. We don't know yet. Again, for all 3 games, if you find out, put it in the comments. That way we can see. Other than that, I mean, by the time you see it, they might have it announced. But right now, as of early Friday morning, it ain't announced. So we go back to props. We show this. We have Strider versus the Yankees. That's our main matchup. Well, Strider, how have you been doing overall? Let's take a look at your earned runs. Open them up. So we have 2.4 average in the last 5. Not bad. He's never faced him head-to-head, apparently. So Strider versus Yankees. He has, but not in the last year. So yeah, Goldie, 375 with the home run. And then Bellinger, you see that as well. We go righties, you can see the data, and that's it. That's all I can show you, literally. So again, one of these where, unless there's like a distinct matchup where like he owns the bats or the bats own him, we can't really mess with this unless we know who the other pitcher is. So this is going to be automatic pass. Next. All right, moving on from here, we have, where's the next one? Is going to be Tampa and Baltimore. Okay. Okay, not a problem. Tampa 120 at home, 9 is our total. We go over to the sheet, we see our numbers, and both offenses have just fell off of the face of a cliff. Remember, the month of June was Tampa's month. They were the number 1 offense for the entire month. They just crushed everything. July 1st hit, offense, all right, we're clocking out. We're done for the day. We'll see y'all later. So that's just what they've been doing. They've been rough. So, hell, Nerfy, under was what we're looking at 9 and under. Both, yeah, let's go look at the pitchers. Give me good pitching. If that's the case, I will look at a Nerfy or an under, absolutely, with these 2 teams so far. Oh, God, it's Taj Bradley and Charlie Morton. Oh, that ain't good. I just can't. I can't do it. All right. Yeah, he's got a 3 average because he gave up a 6, then a 0, then a 5-3-1. So he gave up one to Boston, and Boston's been the number one offense in the last 10 games, too. So actually improved. That's very impressive over 6 innings. And then he gave up nothing to Casey, but Casey wasn't even scoring that time. So, man, and Baltimore got him for 6. He's facing Baltimore today. So, and that was that 8-12 game, too. Man, that game was wild. I remember that one. So there were people that literally, when Baltimore went up like 8-0, people bet Tampa money line, and it paid out because it was just so madness. Taj, history, okay. I thought about going under, but my God, how can we go under against these numbers? O'Hearn's got a 417 and 12 at bats. Gunner's got a 412 and 17 at bats. You see, almost everyone's got a damn home run against him. He hands them out like candy on Halloween. Everybody gets one. Just, yeah, take one, please. Just one. Don't take more than one. Righties, you can see how they do. Historically, Tampa versus righties and Tampa versus Charlie Morton, they tend to struggle. So, guess where we're going to go? We're going to lean Baltimore because history shows this. This game, where was this game? That was at home versus Baltimore, too. So, guess what? He's facing at home versus Baltimore again, and he got rocked. Oh, I didn't even notice this one. My God, I'm blind. Baltimore. The last 2 games were Baltimore. Somebody probably screaming like, did you not notice the 5 next to it, too? Yeah. It's the third time the charm? I don't think it is. I think Baltimore just tees off on Taj Bradley. So, let's go back to the line because that's where we need to look. Baltimore plus 106 money line, plus 1.5. Let's go with the whole first 5 theory. I don't want to trust the bullpens if I have to. So let's go ahead and go first 5. I want game lines. I want first 5. I want run line, and I want Baltimore plus half. If I can get that again, yes, I can. I'm okay with that. Baltimore plus half at 140. All this means, again, reiterate, let me be clear, is that at the top of the 6th inning, they cannot be losing. That's all it is. They can be tied and they can be winning, but they cannot be losing. So Baltimore plus half, first 5. That's the play. Next. All right, moving on. We got 5 left. We got Detroit and Texas next. Scroll. Come on down. It is a slight lean to Detroit at 115 with an 8.5 total. We go over to our spreadsheet. We see our numbers, and Texas offense was crushing before the break. Absolutely doing work. Detroit, and not so much. They were getting all their runs were being manufactured thanks to people getting on base via the walk. But then they also were 28th in strikeouts. So do with that what you will. So let's go ahead and look over here at the pitchers to see what we have cooking. Detroit, Texas, load them up, and we got Patrick Corbin versus Reese Olson. Patrick Corbin could have strikeouts. He could be a play because of this 28 right here. Could be. It could also be, wow, Reese Olson could get tagged as well thanks to the runs. So we got to look at Reese Olson runs, Patrick Corbin strikeouts, and figure out what we're going to do here. So far, we're leaving Texas, obviously. So we got to look at PC strikeouts. PC. 4.5. I don't know about that. I don't know. 5 average on a 4.5 going against Detroit. Detroit has the offense they could pop against you though, so I'm not too inclined to take this, but I want to see it. So he can't even get more than 6 in a game. He's at a 4.5. That's a hell no. Get off my screen. And then we got to look at Mr. Olson on his earned runs at least. Earned runs. Texas is 2nd in runs, 4th in hits. So we'll look at both hits and runs, so we can do both. So earned runs, he does not give up many runs. 1.2. Is he the bend but don't break type? That's the question. Potentially. 4.6 on a 4.5 could be going against Texas. You are on the road too, which also helps. And this game right here was Texas. You can see it. He hit 7 hits last time on a 4.5 line. That could be a play. Absolutely could be a play. So let's go look at the matchup. PC versus Detroit. There you go. Torres has a 13 at bats, 308, 2 homers, 3 ribbies, and a 1.1. Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. Vierling has a 444 and 18 at bats. That's actually damn good too, with a 1 home run and a 1.1 OPS. Absolutely good. So, yeah, so I don't think I want to really take, or I don't want to trust Patrick Corbin to have a good game, and I don't want to fade Detroit really. So we go lefties. You can see how they do. They do pretty well against lefties. Texas versus righties and Texas versus Reese Olson. You can see there is home runs. There is a little bit of success as well. I think we have to go based on what we've seen before. We've seen Texas's offense is absolutely clicking before the break. So everything's fourth and hits, 9.4 a game, which is well over, it's 1 point whatever an inning. So we could take that along with Reese Olson going over his hit allowed at 130. I think I'm going to take that. So we don't care what happens in this game. As long as Mr. Olson gives up 5 hits, I think I'm good. And the fact he gave up 7 to Texas and 6 in the last 2 games to both Cleveland, who can't hit the damn ball, and Tampa, who can't hit the damn ball either right now, that makes me feel real warm and fuzzy inside. So give me Reese Olson over 4.5 hits allowed next. All right, 4 games left. We got Minnesota and Colorado. Fun one. We got Minnesota 160 with a 10.5 total. We go look at our spreadsheet and see it was all yellow. That's all it was for Minnesota. Colorado is bottom 5 in some categories where they belong. That's just where they are. 22 and 74. You got to be. Man. When did they change that the All-Star break become like midway through the second half of the season? Because half part of the season was last month. We are literally this. They played 96. They both played 96 games. There's only 70 games left. Did you know that? Yeah. Crazy how they do that now. Whatever. Anyways, I digress. Pitching. What do we have? For this one, we loaded up. We get rid of you, changed you. Loaded up is Chris Paddock versus Kyle Freeland. The best Rocky pitcher is Kyle Freeland. There's no doubt about that. We can look at his earned runs, and then we got to look at Paddock earned runs because, yeah, it's just what we do. Neither team striking out much. They're both 12th in strikeouts, oddly enough. So, okay, not bad. You see he's averaging 3 earned runs in the last 5, which is, hell, that's amazing for a Rocky pitcher. So, man, Paddock, his earned runs are way worse. Oh my God, 3.8. So we got a 3 to 3.8 with an average bat. What's our total? 10.5. I don't know. No chance. I don't trust the bats that much. Do I trust Minnesota enough? I don't know. But Paddock's not going to help Minnesota, not with these garbage numbers. 4.4, 3.2, 6. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Let's go look at the matchups. Freeland history versus Minnesota. 571 for Bader, but he's only been 7 at bats, so we don't really care about that. Lefties for Minnesota. There you go. Colorado versus righties, and Paddock versus Colorado. Nothing stands out. So we have 2 pitchers that are not good versus 2 offenses, which one is mid and one is bad. So I think I don't like this. I don't like this. And guess what? If I don't like it, I don't have to take it. So we're going to pass and be smart. Sometimes the best play is no play. Pass. Next. Moving on. 3 games left. St. Louis, Arizona. That's a lot of red. Wow. Currently, we have Arizona 130 at home with an 8.5 total. Come over to the spreadsheet. We can see both teams won their last game, but both teams are pretty much the same. They're both red. They both have the same data, literally. There's no difference here. There's no difference here. There's no difference here. All the main categories are the same. So there's literally no difference with the bats. Same last 4 and 10. Damn near same record. Both streaks the same. It's, yeah. Let's go look at the pictures, see what we have. Because that's the only lean we can even have in this game so far would be that. Because everything else is the same. Currently, we have B-Fat versus Palante. Everything's yellow, of course it is. There's nothing good. Let's look at earned runs before we get the hell out of here. This is good. This is too mid of a matchup. The mid matchup, the mid majors, that's what they are. Palante, 7 earned runs and then a few great games. So who the hell knows what's going to get out of him? And then we look and see, oh, BP here, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. I mean, sometimes that's what happens. The batters just take practice against them. BP batting practice. So let's go history. Brandon versus St. Louis. Anybody tee off for real? Nolan's got a home run. Donovan's got 571, but only 7 at bats. So, righties versus St. Louis. There you go. Arizona versus righties. And Palante versus Arizona. Nothing much here. It's just mid. I don't like this game. There's nothing that stands out worth taking. Nothing screams. This is like the most even, most middest of matchups of the day so far. So, pass 100%. Next. All right, 2 games left. Let's move on to Seattle versus Houston. Currently, we have Seattle 134 as the favorite with a 7.5 total. Bounce over here to the spreadsheet. We see, whew, look at the offenses. This is what you want to see. What's our total? 7.5 with these 2 teams? Let me guess. Hunter Brown's going to pitch. That's going to be one. Probably Logan Gilbert, I'm guessing. It is, no, I'm wrong on both, but still over. Look at these offenses. They're averaging 11.6 currently. Man, but they both strike out a ton too. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go look at who's pitching for real. I already kind of know, but we'll take a peek anyways. Brandon Walter versus Louis Castillo. As long as it ain't Hunter Brown, I'm taking the over. Because, yeah, Hunter Brown got rocked last game, so I don't want to see, no. Cleveland beat him up, but this one's a little different. Oh, Brandon Walter over hits. Brandon Walter strikeouts is over. And there's multiple plays in this game. So we got to look at Walter. Let's grab Castillo. So Walter, let's start with the hits. allowed 4.5. He only gave up 2 to Cleveland, but you can see the rest of the games he got rocked. Now Seattle, he's at Seattle. Seattle's hits his 5th in the league, so at 9.2 per game. They're just crushing the ball right now. Pretty good stuff. You could take this, feel pretty warm and fuzzy. You want strikeouts? I got you strikeouts. 4.5. There you go. He's averaging 6. That's clearing the line. That's a 1.5 point cushion. Good stuff. Why does that matter? Because Houston's 24th in strikeouts at 9.1. Usually they're 7s, but they've been a little more free with the swing than lately. So you want to take that. That could be a good play statistically. Let's go look at the other side. We got Luis Castillo. We want earned runs. Because he has earned runs at 2.4. We want hits. 5 hits is not good for him. And then strikeouts, 5.2. I wouldn't take strikeouts either. So if anything, I can tell you what I'll take after I look at this real quick. Castillo versus Houston historically, there are your numbers. Nothing really to worry about. Righties for Houston, yep. Seattle versus lefties, and then Walter versus Seattle. There are your numbers and your data. So for me personally, I wouldn't take anything for Castillo. Just wouldn't do it. Now, Walter, I could take strikeouts, I could take hits, and I could just straight up take the overall over, which is 7.5. Because I'm going to tell you right now, these offenses are too damn hot. And why I like the over, because this is a team stat, not just a player stat. This is everyone on the team's averaging 5.7, 5.9. They're averaging 264 and 269. They're averaging second and fifth at 9+ hits a game. I like that. You telling me everyone's going to go cold in the Badger of having 4 days off? I don't think so. So for me personally, I'm going that over 7.5. Give me that. Thank you very much. 105, I'll take it. So over 7.5 is my play. If you don't like it, you can get the strikeouts or the hits allowed. You can do those too. So I'm going to over though next. And last game is Brewers and Dodgers. Currently Dodgers 188 with an 8.5 total. We come over here to our spreadsheet. We see our numbers and help if I had the right game up. There it is. Oh, Dodgers. Now I kept saying maybe they just took the week off, get ready for the break, and now they'll come out on fire. I don't know because that is rough. They're not this bad. They're not the second worst team in the league for runs, but right now they are because my God, Milwaukee clearly better on a 7-game winning streak, the second hottest team at the break. So let's go ahead and look over here at the props, see who is pitching in this one. Change it over to this one. Thank you. What? What? I know the pitchers. The pitchers are well, down here. So yeah, it's Priester versus Glass now. What? How about I have no props? What are we doing? All right, fine. I'll do the stats this way. Don't. You ain't gonna get me. I got this. Priester, here we go. 7-2, 3.55, 70 Ks, 1.25 WHIP. We come down. We can see his last 5 games. We see he's up to 2.4031, 11 strikeouts against Colorado was impressive. 5.4. Why is there no props? What? Books know something I don't know, or maybe ESPN hasn't been updated yet. Maybe, who the hell knows? So there's that. And then we got to go to Mr. Glass now. He's 1-0 with a 3.52, 28, and 1.22. He's obviously pitched. He one game since he's been back now. He was out for 3 months basically, but he pitched in April. So you can see in his 1 game back, he still came out 5 innings, 2 hits, good stuff overall, 5 strikeouts. So, why? It freaks me out. There's no props. That really just messes with me a little bit. Now, Glasnow is literally in his 2nd game. It was against Milwaukee where he did pitch this, so it's kind of funny. He's facing him again, so that's kind of cool. So that's not good for him, though. That's good for Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's bats were hotter. I almost feel like just taking straight up Milwaukee on the game line. What's the line? I can get Milwaukee plus 1.5 at 125. I think I'm going to go for that. So MIL plus 1.5 is giving me my play in this one. So and also I'm not going to have any like money line parlay in this one. We're going to be chill today. We're going to keep it real simple just in case. It's the first game back. Let's go ease into a little bit, shall we? So to the spreadsheet. There we go. So those are the games. That's it. We're done with everything. Tomorrow is Saturday. We have our usual slate, more undecided stuff, beautiful stuff overall. So I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're up to or what you're playing, all that fun stuff. Check out the HQ, check out Outlier. Welcome back to baseball. It's only been a couple days, but still welcome back. And I will see you tomorrow for some more MLB. Peace.